Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting video. Happy to be getting into this. Where do I begin? I took a racial sociology class in high school, and well, it was high school slash college. Anyway, I'll get into that later. But it was really interesting because what you find out in that class is that although race is very socially real, I repeat, very socially real, there's no biological basis. So 9 times out of 10, someone that looks like me is not going to have a common ancestor. 9 times out of 10, someone who doesn't will. Okay? But talking about my personal experience with the culture that I identify with and my interactions with people of other cultures who did not identify with that one. For a very long time, I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've been an avid writer, an avid reader, always been in love with the written word. My mom was really good about that, I guess. I mean, it was something that was inculcated in me since infancy. So, yeah, I don't remember a time when I wasn't interested in reading or in writing or in expressing myself in some way. But anyway, along those lines and along the times, time and time again, I run into stereotypes and I run into people who are well-meaning, but who have not had any exposure to what I identify as being my culture, and what the media portrays my culture as being. And so my name is Shannon, and so often I've gotten the Shanae treatment. And that's not to say that a Shanae can't be articulate and an avid reader and a writer. I mean, that in of itself is what's in a name, right? So, most of my experiences, though, actually have to do with sports, or the lack thereof. I've gone to so many private schools, being interested in going to their school because of their French. Yeah. Je parle tout langue. Because of their language programs, because of their writing, because of their fencing, because of their art, and have gotten, we have great basketball programs. Does she like basketball? We have basketball. And it's like, no, I don't like basketball. And not because it's, the stereotypical black thing to be interested in, but that's just not me. And I've gotten that over and over. Every time I toured a school in high school, it was like, basketball, we got basketball. It's like, calm it down, And I hate to say this, but even in college, it's persisted, with well-meaning teachers. I was in my linguistics class a few weeks ago, and I remember we were going over sociolinguistics and African American English, or African American Vernacular English, Black English, many proponents and opponents of whether it's a dialect or not, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, in class she was saying, okay, class, well, we have 2 native speakers of this dialect, but let's not rely on them too heavily. And I'm like, that is so funny, because I have never in my life used be in that in non-inflectional way, There are characteristics and traits of African American English that I have never used, that my family has never used, that my grandparents have never used, that my great-grandparents have never used. And so it's just like, wow, here's this PhD, and even she doesn't get it. So I try to be patient. I realize that a lot of people have not been exposed to anything outside of a comfortable couch. But I do encourage those people, take some of that money in your parents' bank accounts and leave your city and experience something new. No, don't worry, you won't get robbed, you won't get hurt, Just expand your mind. When a brain has been stretched, it's very difficult for it to go back to its original dimensions. So please, even if it requires asking questions, I would rather have someone ask me a question than to assume that they know who I am and try to relate to me based on that assumption. Okay? We're articulate, we're eloquent, we're educated. Some of us are, some of us aren't, but that's not just black people, that's people. And I'm hoping that somehow it'll get around that we're all diverse and each person is a universe. So allay the fear for a little bit to get to the jewel of what it is to meet other human beings who are unlike yourself. Take it easy, everybody. Bisous.